Hi, this is Adam Pretorius with LKR Realtors, and this is the third and final video in our three-part series at the project 402 Windmill Place. This project started with us building a new construction spec house that's a 3-story with a finished attic. I'm so excited to show you this as I think the home turned out just perfectly. I'm excited today to show you the final reveal of Amy's 402 Windmill Place. We just got an offer right before she finished up, which is exciting because it turned out really nice. Let's take a look. Wow, this turned out really, really well.
Thank you. Yeah, so there's a lot going on, but I think it all came together really, really nice.
A lot to be proud about. I mean, this wall is perhaps my favorite wall here. It is so stunning. I love the natural wood and then the little niche there as a sitting area. So tell me a little bit about your concrete wall.
So I had some inspiration and it was tiled, it looked like concrete. I didn't want to spend the money there. So we ended up finding this product out of California that is basically like a concrete finish. This is real concrete type product, just a super lightweight concrete that goes right over the drywall. So we essentially troweled it on and this is the finished product. So it's supposed to be kind of industrial, commercial looking, but I think it does a great job of basically, like you said, this accent wall in this area. So you can see I did a lot of white in here. It's kind of got that museum feel to it, white trim, white walls. This adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of color.
When I'm in this space, the most stunning piece that I see is all the windows. I mean, there's so much natural light.
I know. A lot of builders forget to do windows on the side of a house. So yeah, we're looking at a street or whatnot, but at the end of the day, these windows are a huge focal feature and all this natural light is amazing. I mean, the space looks bright, white, open. The 10-foot ceilings don't hurt either, but yeah, the windows are a huge part of this house and why it looks the way it does.
I mean, just in this space, you have 6 windows, you have this giant glass wall that goes off into the deck, and even in the kitchen, you did the range in front of the window again.
So main floor is open concept, and again, we wanted to go ahead and get another window in the kitchen, and the best way to do that is to put it behind the range. So there's my token range window.
And what I love about it is you freed up the island, and instead of having the stove or something in the middle of the island, we have this massive sink. I mean, this sink is huge. I mean, it's like in a commercial restaurant. I mean, it's perfect, and you got all these little cubbies and stuff to use and accessories. Yeah. And this is great. There's a strainer for it too, I understand.
Yep, all kinds of accessories. It's 42 inches wide, so the cabinet beneath it is 48 inches wide. And then we didn't stop there. We did a smart faucet recommended by you.
I love my smart home tech, and I know you guys completely decked it out for me, and we owe a lot to Price Electric for helping us with that, but this faucet is so cool. You can tell Alexa to do 3 tablespoons at 96 degrees, and it perfectly does it. So if you need baby formula or something, I mean, it's right on. Unfortunately, I don't have it hooked up right now, but I mean, that is so cool. And then you didn't stop there. All the appliances are smart appliances.
Yeah, there's a bunch of features in this kitchen that are really interesting. We did the hidden pantry. So it's right behind you. You open the doors. It's motion sense technology regarding the light comes on automatically. It's a good place to store like your cereals. Things don't fit very well in the cabinet, so we've got that potential here. My favorite feature of the kitchen is the walnut cabinetry that we use on the bases. This is the first time I've used walnut in the kitchen my entire building career, and it is amazing.
These are really sharp cabinets. It stands out, it's really sharp. And I'm also glad that you did this walk-in pantry rather than the 1990s quarter pantry that was originally in the architect's blueprint.
I hate that.
Yeah, it looks so much better.
I hate that.
It turned out really nice. You had some other great details that I just have to like highlight in this room. So first of all, let's talk about the door. Tell us about this door.
So this is just an archway essentially to your mudroom space and to the garage access into the basement. And I wanted to do something different with it. And I fell in love with this 100-year-old pocket door from a house up in Minneapolis. And my business partner drove up, got it one weekend, brought it back, and we hung it like a barn door. So you can close off that area if you want to, but truly, it's there just like a statement. It might as well be a piece of art hanging on the wall.
It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it has to be really heavy as a solid door. But now you have this barn door here, and originally the blueprint called for you to have built-in mudroom lockers right here. So tell me why you eliminated those.
So that's the trend, right? The mudroom locker bench system. This space is so open to the rest of the house, and I really don't think people are going to be opening and closing the store all that time. I don't want it to look messy. I don't want to see a bunch of clutter, visible from this dining room, living room, kitchen space. So I just have a very clean, kind of mid-century modern bench with this awesome mirror that reflects all that natural light once again from these windows. And I have a separate mudroom closet with plenty of shoe racks, hanging capabilities. The bench is just there to sit down, take your shoes off, and then put them away somewhere else out of sight. So
it's a lot more chic this way. I definitely think it looks really sharp. And then we have to look at this beautiful custom metal railing. Now you have a lot of black and white that you echoed throughout the house, and this really turned out sharp. So a local welder did it. Tell me about it.
So this railing, stairs in general are a huge architectural piece of the home. I love to accentuate them. You can see by the wainscoting detail too. I mean, the buck stops at the staircase. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the entire house. But yeah, a local welding company, just a clean metal railing, kind of again that mid-century modern sort of look to kind of jazz it up in here a little bit. But the black is very important detail. I did use black a little bit on every floor to kind of tie the entire house together, and it also is reflected in this study here.
I mean, the black it's so warm in here. Did a great job. I mean, the floor to ceiling built-in bookshelf. I love the oak built-in desk, and you do a lot of oak countertops actually throughout.
Yeah, it's echoed in other parts of the house, almost every single floor actually. So, and we didn't stop with the black built-in and the black walls. It's black trim, it's black ceiling, it's black blinds. Everything. Black outlet covers. This room is incredibly important. I know it's a small space, but based on what's going on in the global, pandemic today, home offices are 100% necessary.
Absolutely. You'll probably see a lot more of those in the coming year.
Maybe two offices per house.
Well, this one's turned out really well, so you have to be proud about that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the yard. I was just frantic. We didn't have the greatest lot to work with.
Yeah,
let's go take a look at what you did out in the yard.
This yard was challenging, and I know we were really worried about it before we even started constructing this home. So we got a little bit of everything. We've got this beautiful cedar deck, big enough for entertaining. We have a fence that's a combination of cedar horizontal and metal vertical. So, I mean, that turned out fantastic, and it accomplished what we needed with this yard. A little bit of privacy, a little bit of transparency, and we happen to have that stormwater management easement. So this is what allowed us to fence in this yard and still allow for water to flow through it as it's supposed to.
Your fence contractor did such a great job back here. I mean, it looks so sharp. It looks very modern with the metal, and then you have that more traditional look with the cedar. But then you use the cedar on the decks and throughout the house, actually.
Yeah.
And even then, you had your custom metal guy do these metal rods so you could string these lights. Very Parisian of you.
Yeah.
I love this out here. I mean, it's a huge deck and a great outdoor space. And then I was also extremely concerned about only having a 2-car garage. Obviously, we got an offer. Wasn't as big of a deal as I was concerned about. But you also solved that garage issue.
Yeah.
Should we go look at that?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
So remember when we talked about how we had some nice high ceilings to work with, and you were really worried about the size of the garage and looking for 2 cars. So we were taking advantage of that height. We modified the garage door and we bought a car elevator. So yeah, you can essentially put a car on the elevator like a small sedan, bump it up to the ceiling, and then drive a full-size pickup underneath it. So it's back to being 3-car garage again.
No, it looks good. This is really cool. I'm dying to see it in action. Can we test it out?
Yeah, let's
Cool.
make it happen.
Let's check it out. I mean, how cool is this? All right, let's go check out the master bedroom.
Here we are. Really always wanted to do a canopy bed. So we have this custom canopy bed that actually is mounted to the ceiling. It could be removed if somebody didn't want it, but I think it really showcases this bedroom in a fun way. And to make it even better, we have a gorgeous master bathroom. It's a big open space again, and a little bit of warmth with a little bit of wood cabinetry. Not the walnut, but it's hickory, and I think it still turned out fantastic. Little play on textures here. So we got the penny round tile with the big overstated subway tile on the walls, and big gold mirrors and light fixtures. So yeah, I think it's a really rich space.
The proportions are awesome, and I love that it's a 0 entry shower, and you got the black and white again. It's just a great space. Well, let's go take a look at the loft.
On the way to the loft, let's take a little break and stop at the laundry room.
That is a great space. Let's check it out.
This one, so it's not a laundry closet. This is an actual laundry room. We've got side-by-side washer dryer, a little laundry room sink, some shelving, and a little splash, a little bit of that black and white thing going on again. So we did the gingham wallpaper.
I love that. It's very warm. What I love the most though is these countertops.
Right.
You know, you didn't do your standard quartz countertops. You did this wood countertop, and it just looks sharp in the laundry room.
I mean, you're not talking about a lot of water or activity going on here like you do in a kitchen. Quartz, all that stuff, that can be a little cold sometimes. I think the oak really warms it up quite a bit.
You did a good job in this room. So let's take a look at this loft. I'm really anxious about this.
All right. Here we are, the third level.
This is my favorite room in the house, by far.
Not surprising. It's kind of set up for kids right now.
Or adult kids. I mean, it's a great space for an arcade room or for just a kind of hangout, landing second family room.
Right, which is kind of how we staged it right now. It's kind of like kid zone, but you wouldn't have to use it as that. You know, we got the bean bags, the arcade, we got the
adult
candy.
bean bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra large bean bags. I love that. It's just like being a kid again. And then you got a second wet bar.
Yeah, so the first wet bar is in the basement. This is the second wet bar. And again, you know, the other bar is all the way in the basement. So we're up here on the third level. We need another mini bar. But I think the best space in the entire house is right outside of this room through those French doors.
I love that you have the cedar lined ceiling again. You have the cedar deck.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, what a great view. This is a cool space.
Super mod, glass railing, you can see right through it, so unobstructed views. But yeah, it's amazing. This is when it's raining. When it's not raining outside, it's terribly sunny, you want some shade. This is where you're gonna hang out, and this is your outdoor space. We're 20 some feet above ground, so the bugs are really not gonna be an issue. I think it's an awesome space.
I think it turned out really nice. And I also love that you didn't put speakers just in every room, but every outdoor space. So we have 2 speakers here. We had speakers on the deck as well as on the side yard as well, including the garage even, right?
Absolutely.
So every room, I mean, it's a house made for entertaining.
100%.
Well, let's check out the basement. The black and white again. It looks good.
Thank you, thank you. It's kind of simple again, but wanted the space to be understated. There's a lot happening in this house. This area didn't need to be over the top by any means, but I think it really does a good job still of kind of being fluid with the rest of the home.
No, it looks great, and I love the open wine display here, but then you also echoed the black and white over here. So the fireplace, tell me a little bit about this.
So we've got that kind of black accent wall fireplace, really minimalistic, and then we echoed that same oak shelving once again on this level.
I think it looks really sharp, and there's a ton of light coming from these windows here.
Yeah.
I love that you just did a giant window well.
Absolutely.
And how tall are the ceilings down here?
9 foot. So.
That makes it feel not like a basement.
Absolutely, and we spent a little extra money early on in the process for those floor trusses. So all the ductwork and everything is to run up inside the ceiling. We don't have all that soffit stuff that you sometimes see in basements. I think it makes a big difference.
Made a huge difference.
Yeah.
This space is so sharp. There is so much in this house to be proud about. I am so excited to have listed this house. And I mean, obviously it sold quickly, so you guys have to be really proud for all the work that you put into it.
We are. And couldn't have done it without you, so thank you.
Well, good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing our house that we do together next year.